to Roundup on FreeFM, ArrowFM, and NPR. As always, I'm Grady, and live on Skype we got Josh.
Hey!
It is that time of year. It is Money in the Bank pay-per-view, live from the United Kingdom. We've got 7 matches announced at time of recording. It is time to run them all down. I don't even know where to start with this card. Let's go with the Women's Tag Team Championship. We got what we wanted. Now we're getting a different match here at Money in the Bank. The titles are unified. And Rousey and Baszler are going head-to-head with the returning Liv Morgan and Rodriguez.
Yep. This should be an interesting match, depending on how they want to do this. They definitely have made it seem like they're going to try to do the triple brand for the titles. That they didn't really do that frequently the first time. Which resulted in the bad decision of creating a title that wasn't necessary. But we love Liv, we love Raquel. I think it's best, especially if you are going to do having them show up on all 3 shows. I think having Rousey and Baszler makes much more sense as champions than Liv and Raquel. So I think they retain.
Yeah, this match and the whole last week with the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions as well just seems like a couple of weeks of tying up loose ends, right? Rousey and Baszler, they are the top tag team in the WWE for the woman. It's one of the most dominant female superstars they've seen, and Shayna Baszler's got quite the record list of her own. They tied up the loose end of having 2 women's tag team championships, put a little bow on it. Unfortunately, sending Dawn and Fire with an L in the results column. And then now we come over here to Money in the Bank. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez never really lost the titles that led to Rousey and Baszler getting them. Rousey and Baszler defeat Morgan and Rodriguez, tie a nice little bow on it, and now we can move forward with no loose threads dangling around.
And we can start working on trying to get other tag teams ready to face the super team of Rousey and Baszler.
Yeah, depending on how this is played, this should be, quite a long reign between these two. Right now, nobody is ready to step up, in my opinion, and take them. So yeah, I hope we see a bunch of defenses on Raw, a bunch on SmackDown, and a bunch on NXT. Spread Rousey and Baszler all over the 3 brands, and eventually have the next tag team raise up and take out the champs. Let's go Intercontinental Championship match. It's the only mid-card title United States as of right now not booked. We got the match that we have been hinting at for quite a while now. Gunther will be going one-on-one against Matt Riddle.
Yep. Should be a banger match. Involves Gunther, of course it's going to be a banger match. I think Gunther wins. And then attempts to destroy Matt Riddle, only to hear a certain theme that we haven't heard in a year. Something about
honest.
Voices.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had me thinking for a little while there, and I was like, oh no, I better realize what he's hinting at. But I figured it out. I figured this one out.
Yeah, I think we see Randy Orton make his triumphant return to WWE at Money in the Bank, and I think he gets a match with Gunther at SummerSlam. Even though I've heard many rumors about him possibly facing Roman at SummerSlam. I think it would be more fun and bigger to put more shine on Gunther with somebody of Randy Orton's level.
Yeah, that would be one way to re-debut the Sneaky Snake. I'm open to it. It hints back to that Matt Riddle, Randy Orton dynamic that was existing previously. You're right, it puts a shine on the Intercontinental Championship. It puts a shine on Gunther. Roman Reigns doesn't need it. He's got his stuff going on, which we'll talk to when we get to that Civil War happening later on in the pay-per-view. And Gunther's already standing atop, this division, with seemingly no amazing challengers rising up through the ranks to take him on. We had the Battle Royal. Mustafa Ali tried, failed. Matt Riddle's going to give it a shot here at Money in the Bank, but Randy Orton would for sure be, his toughest competitor yet of this reign.
Yeah, I mean, he is a future Hall of Famer that has held the title before, and even though it has been a decade and a half since he's done it. And just the idea of seeing Randy Orton versus Gunther, it was a chef's kiss of a type of match that was only a dream possibility a few years ago. Mainly because we never thought Gunther was never coming to the mainland.
He said it himself.
He seemed determined to stay in the UK.
I'm extremely glad that he reversed that decision, because everything that him and Imperium have done on American soil, or since coming over to the main NXT and to the main roster, has been amazing and really highlighted those guys. So, been quite a good career decision.
But of course, if you listen to the internet, he got buried by Vince McMahon.
Of course. How many days has he held this title now?
He's getting close to Honky Tonk Man levels. I think it's sometime in September he needs to hold it to.
Alright, we'll talk about shovels later then. Singles match, because now we've got like the 5 massive high profile matches, but we'll go with the singles match. Cody Rhodes, Dominic Mysterio. What chance does Dom have here? I know he's hardened, but this is also the unstoppable Cody Rhodes.
I would say, I predict Dominic Mysterio wins the match.
If you're about to say the word clean to me, I'm gonna just hang up.
I'm not. I'm saying Dominic wins because of Brock Lesnar.
I feel like that is the only shot that Dominic has here. We know Cody won one. We know Brock won one. We're assuming there'll be a rubber at SummerSlam. It makes sense. Why not give a bit of a rub to Dominic Mysterio with the technical win? But also knowing Brock Lesnar, it may just be a straight no contest with everybody being left on the floor.
Well, if he goes that route, I'd say destroy Michael Cole again and leave his shoe in the ring. That's still one of the funniest things I've ever seen in the deal with wrestling.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar is a beast. Without Heyman, he's an untamed beast. And right now, I don't know what his plans are, other than he is not a happy chappy when it comes to Cody Rhodes. So I think Dominic Mysterio's best plan when that music hits might just be to vacate the arena. Maybe come back in to get the 1, 2, 3 if the ref didn't see it. But to get out of the way for sure. Do not get in the path of the beast.
Not even hiding under the ring may save you. He may take another tractor to the ring.
Lift it on up and drag you on out. Last match, before we go into our song, World Heavyweight Championship. It's another Judgment Day match. Seth Rollins, fresh off defending the title all around the bazaars, including NXT, comes in to Money in the Bank and faces across from Finn Balor.
This is a hard one for me to predict, to be honest. Seth's just won the title. It would be crazy to change the title so fast, but at the same time, Finn would be a great person to switch it to, especially with the steam that the Judgment Day has. So yeah, I have no idea how they're going to do this. I expect a great match. Let's just hope nobody gets hurt this time.
Yes, fingers crossed. That's the hope for sure.
I'm gonna go with the. I'm putting a gun to my side of my head. I'm picking Finn Balor.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. It's a hard one. Seth Rollins is doing the fighting champion thing. You can reason he's maybe a little tired from running around. The Judgment Day is so popular right now. I don't know. My heart is on the opposite side of you. Something is telling me that Seth Rollins is gonna come out on top holding this World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm a massive Judgment Day fan, so that does hurt a little bit to say. I don't know how it'll all spin out or how the finish will end up happening, but unfortunately, I think Finn Balor might be empty-handed at the end of Money in the Bank, but it's a 52-48. It's a tight game. Alrighty, well, it is time to go into our entrance theme of the week. It's not so much an entrance theme as it is a pay-per-view theme this week. Obviously, on our preview show, it is time to play the Money in the Bank theme. And you're back for Wrestling Roundup on FreeFM, ArrowFM, and MPR. I'm Grady, he's Josh. We got 3 matches left. Do you want to open the can of worms of the Civil War, or do you want to start doing the ladder matches?
I want to go to the women.
Alrighty, women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Zelina Vega taking on Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Io Sky, and the recently added Trish Stratus.
I think this will be a fantastic match. Also, Becky Lynch's chances of winning the match just went down to 0.
Drastic go down.
Yeah. That's what happens when on the Go Home show, you touch the dang briefcase. You don't win the match. I'm going to say Io Sky wins.
Yeah, it's my pick as well.
And I think it's going to be a further element towards the breaking up of Damage Control.
Yeah.
If it's not Io, I don't want to see it, but it'll be Trish Stratus.
Yeah, unfortunately here, I'm gonna write out Zelina Vega. Just had a shot, isn't the most strongly booked competitor around, and then that leaves you 5 people and 2 storylines, right? Bayley, Io Sky, Damage Control imploding. That's been going on and on and on. On the other side of things, Becky Lynch versus Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus. I agree there's 2 outcomes. There's Io Sky picking up the briefcase, immense jealousy from Bayley, probably a feud between the 2 of them for the briefcase. I love me some good feuds over the briefcase. And that would play in really well. Love to see Io Sky get this accomplishment. Amazing wrestler. Needs some more big high-profile matches, so I'm all for it. On the other side of the coin, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Trish Stratus. You're right, because if someone in that trio is going to win, it's going to be Trish. And it's going to be something along the lines of Zoe Stark stopping Becky and letting Trish win, potentially, or, it's that 2-on-1 kind of piece there. If you think back, like Carmella, James Ellsworth kind of level of when there's a duo in the Money in the Bank with a common goal, it's quite easy for the 2 of them to work together and get that goal, which would be Trish Stratus with the briefcase. And Worthy, I don't really want to see it, though.
Yeah. Let me also point this out. Unless Brooke destroys Rhea Ripley in the crosshairs of destroying Cody Rhodes, there is no opportunity for the briefcase to be cashed in the same night.
As of right now, well, you could call out the champion and have a nice clean match. But yes, as of right now, there is no women's championship matches other than the tag team booked. What if Io Sky wins it?
Suddenly throw and watch them add Charlotte versus Asuka on Friday and make us look like idiots.
Yeah, what if Io wins and Bayley tries to convince her to cash it in on the women's tag team championship? There you go. Can get cashed in. Who knows? It won't, though. It's Io Sky, it's Trish Stratus. I'm gonna put Yeah, 65% on Io Sky and a 35 on Trish here. Everybody else outside chance. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Butch, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul.
This should be insane. There's lots of talent here, lots of good people, and I think there's going to be a massive fan base that's going to be pissed off after the end of this match. And I'm not saying that because I think Logan Paul wins the match. I'm saying that because LA Knight won't. I think Damian Priest wins. I'm going back to my pick of Finn Balor. I think Damian Priest wins. He holds the briefcase for a while, all the while making it look like he's not going to cash in on Finn.
That he might go.
Yeah. And then, but there always being these little hints that he might do it. So there's distrust between Finn and the rest of the Judgment Day. And eventually it spins him out as a major star, which is what we want. And he gets the title.
I love a good Evolution storyline, so that's fine by me. I'm with you. There's so many good elements in this match. Santos Escobar representing all of the LWO, Butch representing all of the Brawling Brutes, Damian Priest with Judgment Day, a lot of combustible elements. LA Knight absolutely got the crowd behind him right now, 100% the fan favorite heading in. Shinsuke Nakamura floating around a little bit, not doing a huge amount. Ricochet, Logan Paul highlighting back to that big mid-air clash. Everybody loved it. Still got the option to do something here. I'm sure there'll be something crazy. Regardless of who comes out of this match with the win, it is all, I guess other than Nakamura, relatively young talent, not in age-wise. But, they haven't reached the heights of a World Heavyweight Championship or a WWE Championship. Logan Paul's challenged for it a couple of times, but, it would be a massive career boost for Priest, Butch, Escobar, Knight, Ricochet, for all of them, if one of them was able to come away with the briefcase after this. Love the Damian Priest idea. Love the LA Knight idea, but I don't know what you would do with him after the fact. I don't quite know where this charismatic guy's ceiling is. And then I don't love my pick, which is going to be Logan Paul, because I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go with the odds, and I'm going to hate myself.
Yeah. The thing with LA Knight for me is, it feels like, the crowd is behind him. But we have seen the second that the crowd gets what they want, they get bored and want something else. And that could turn LA Knight into a Damien Sandow with the briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not fun.
No.
I think whoever has the briefcase this time has to succeed. And they have to be the one holding it when it's cashed in. I'm looking at you, Otis. And they have to hold the title for longer than 2 weeks. I'm looking at you, Miz.
It's been rough lately for Money in the Bank, men, okay?
Yeah. So, and that's why I went with Priest. Even if, say, Seth Rollins wins, there's still a storyline to be told with Priest hanging around Rollins with the briefcase, and Finn possibly becoming jealous of the fact that Priest could become a WWE World Heavyweight Champion at any moment. Much like the whole storyline between Bayley and Io Sky.
Do only do one of them, though, WWE. Don't do it twice.
So, that's why I went with Priest. I really don't see a wrong choice here, to be honest. Because I think even if you go out of the realm of possibilities and you put it on Butch, it would somehow work out.
Yeah. There's
Maybe that's how you
storylines
get his name
afterwards.
back.
He just cashes it in on the corporate office to get a trademark for his name.
Yeah. But I think this will be a fantastic potential for one of the best Money in the Bank matches of all time. And I think whoever comes out of it with the briefcase, even if they have to lose for a couple months, will be a massive star in the making.
Let's wait and see who ends up coming out with the briefcase. But our final match to talk about here at Money in the Bank, it is the Bloodline Civil War. The storyline has culminated. It is Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa taking on Jimmy and Jey Uso.
Yeah, this could be match of the night. All four, I think, are going to bring it, and I think it is going to tell an amazing story, and I think the Usos win. Because I think that's the element that needs to be told right now to further the storyline to get us to SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe the main event of SummerSlam is going to be Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. And I just don't feel it's as big as it needs to be, as important as it needs to be, if Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa win.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is also be a very useful thing if Solo takes the fall here. Because we know Roman ain't doing it. And that's 2 tag team matches in a row that Solo let Roman down. And that begins Solo's fall away from the bloodline. And when Solo is gone, that's it. There's nothing left to protect Roman Reigns anymore as champion. And that's where a title change could definitely happen. Whether it be Jey Uso or whoever the frick has the Money in the Bank briefcase. A weakened Roman Reigns is a vulnerable one. And a vulnerable one can be beaten. You just gotta get him away from the bloodline.
Yeah, and I think that is the end of the storyline, right? Like an onion, the layers have been peeled back and back. You peel off, interchangeably, Sami Zayn, one of the Usos, second Uso, Solo Sikoa is coming off. Paul Heyman ain't going to provide a whole lot of defense for Roman Reigns, I'll tell you that now. And, ultimately it is going to end up Roman Reigns standing on his own on the island of relevancy with everybody taking their lifeboats and leaving. And as you say, that is the point where he loses the championship. The storyline comes to an end, and Roman Reigns gets his long-deserved break after thousands of days as champion, after holding both world titles, after getting a special new third title, which we can officially crown with a new champion. The bloodline will become no more at that point, and it is sooner rather than later. We are progressing the storyline with our foot on the gas pedal. Alrighty, well, we've got about 2 minutes left to talk about NXT Gold Rush Week 2. So I'll just run down the results real quick, and you can choose what you want to mention. Tiffany Stratton retains her NXT Women's Championship against Thea Hale. Gallus retained their Tag Team Championship against Idris and Malik. Nathan Frazier retains his Heritage Cup against Dragon Lee, and Carmelo Hayes retains his NXT Championship against the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin.
Yeah, that was a big thing, seeing the old Baron Corbin back. We knew Carmelo wasn't losing the title to Baron, but it was nice seeing Baron Corbin back the way he was, and maybe it'll be something that'll bring him back to the main roster, and he finally gets to be drafted to a team. Also, I would like to really quickly point out that I do believe that the next tag team champions is going to be the family. We just don't know what kind of version of the family it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because Joe Coffey is currently trying to manipulate them. But I do think that the Dawn and Stacks, I think, are the next champion.
I can definitely see it. You know, we got a strong set of champions here on NXT. You include Wesley in that. You include Seth Rollins even kind of on week 1. Every single champion was able to come out on top after Gold Rush. No one losing their title. It's going to be time for some of them soon. And Gallus are looking like a good option. Alrighty, well, we have come to the end of the show. We've run out of time. It's been great talking to you.
Bye, B.
You can visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/WrestlingRNDup, or our Twitter page, twitter.com/WrestlingRNDup, or our YouTube page, youtube.com/WrestlingRNDup. And we will catch you next week with the results from Money in the Bank.